You have children?
Yes.
So, a father to a father, a human to human. You know, once the apple fell down, we discovered the gravity. So let us today discover the humanity and the truth.
These are all your members of your family?
Of the family on the 7th. They became piles, their bodies. This is my niece who was killed. This is her body. This my niece who was engineering, graduated. She was found under the rubble. This is my niece. She is a medical doctor. She was supposed to start her specialty. This, my cousin. This is my nephew, who is a physiotherapist, and he was killed. This is my niece's daughter, and that's what we want to see. These people, they have names, they have faces, and that's what is needed. This is my daughter Bisan, who was killed 16th of January 2009, who said, to meet violence with violence doesn't solve any problem. There is an alternative way. It's not by action and reaction. It's by being a human and behaving and thinking of others. This is Mayar and Aya. These daughters, I raised them to be human. Does the life, I want to ask you, does the life of the Palestinians matter as equal to the Israelis or not?
Yes.
Does the freedom of the Palestinians matter as the freedom of the Israelis?
Yes.
And that's what always I advocated for. I worked at the hospital when I deliver a baby, the newborn baby. The cry of the newborn baby is a cry of hope, cry of life. But now we are crying blood. The children that I helped to deliver, they are free. All of them are free. What do we mean by a refugee? You are deprived of your dignity. You become moving in this world naked, exposed. But thanks to our parents, that they lost everything, but they realized the hope is in their children. We have to be educated, and Palestinian people, they invest everything in the education of their children. They cut from their food that now in Gaza Strip with the collective punishment. When I see a bleeding patient, I rush to stop the bleeding. When I see a woman who is in labor pain, I rush to help her without discrimination, or to say to her, why are you screaming? Why are you crying? And that's what we need. I wanted to be a medical doctor in order to rescue my family from the misery of life. And that's we as Palestinians, we don't believe in the impossible thing. We have hope in our children. Even when I went to Harvard, the only thing which was standing with me was Palestine flag to be raised. I am Palestinian and the proud Palestinian, and that's what I want the world to hear from the Palestinians. Palestinians are people like others, with hopes, with the plans, with the dreams. They love life and they care about others, and that's what we want the world to hear from us, not to hear about us. The only impossible thing I believe in is to return my daughters back to.
I feel as useless as international law. They say we Arabs are savages. Did we kill 6 million Jews? Did we drop the atomic bombs? Did we melt the skin off Vietnamese children? Did we kill 2.4 million Iraqis? Did we create Al-Qaeda? Did we imprison 1 million children without food, water, and medicine? And you call us savages. Astonishing how many people are posting "Rest in peace" to that actor from Friends, but refuse to condemn a genocide. Humanity has failed.
I am so disgusted with humanity right now. I never, ever, 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 ever want to hear anybody scream pro-life anymore. I never want to hear that argument again. Never.
Oh, honey.
Never.
You know, the other day when I saw the photo of the man holding his dead baby, half of his dead baby, I was working and I couldn't stop crying. And, someone said to me, I know this hits you different because of your background. And I just want to say that watching children, innocent children, being blown up into smithereens and watching their parents pick up pieces of them should affect everybody the same way. Whether they're Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, Hindu, as long as you're a human being, you should be absolutely appalled and affected by something like that. You should not cheer for it. You should not condone it. You should not justify it. It doesn't matter what your background is. Someone once upon a time was told that my mere existence as a child, as just existing, was a threat to theirs. And they believed it. And you know what that happened after that? It incited a genocide. What do you think is happening right now? The fact that people are trying to say that this isn't a genocide because the kids aren't dying fast enough, I'm sorry, is 1 every 10 minutes since October 7th not quick enough for you? I can't even believe that's a fucking argument, bro. Like, that, to me, is wild. That you think 4,000 children dying does not constitute as a... There's 482 families that have completely been wiped out. That's not genocide? That's not genocide. By the way, the car that was bombed in Lebanon belonged to a journalist. You can't tell me that that wasn't intentional? Okay. So, the guy from the UN, I forget, was on Al Jazeera the other day, and he said the Israeli army knows the exact coordinates of every UN school, hospital, base, all of that. So when you wonder, was it intentional? Was it this? Was it that? Like, be so for real. Be so for real.
So Palestinians are showing us what the best of humanity can be in the face of the worst of humanity. And by doing so, they're showing us what's possible, not only as a people, but also each of us individually. They are showing each of us what we can be should we choose to live the highest possible version of ourselves. Even in the most hopeless of conditions, they're showing all of us what the most hope can look like. That also means without Palestine, we as humans lose everything. Because if our world doesn't allow the best of humanity to survive, we have lost everything. So the outcomes have to be Palestinian land back and liberation. Because anything less means we lose everything. Yes, all of us will lose everything. Because without our humanity, we're nothing. Nothing at all. Fight for Palestine because they must survive. And also, your own life depends on it. So dig in, because we're fighting until everyone's liberated. Until there's no sanctions, no embargoes, no borders, no prisons. Until there's no empires controlling people, land, and power. Let's go. Until all empires fall.